The neon glow of the bar's sign bled red into the rain-slicked pavement, casting a feverish hue over the alley where I stood frozen, my breath catching like a trapped animal. My girlfriend, Lila, was pressed against the brick wall, her lips locked with a man whose face I couldn't make out in the dim light. His hands roamed her body with a familiarity that twisted my gut. I didn't scream or charge forward. My hand, trembling, pulled my phone from my pocket, and I snapped a photo, the flash a silent accusation in the dark. I turned, walked back to my car, and drove home, the image burning behind my eyes like a brand. In the quiet of my apartment, the walls seemed to pulse with the weight of what I'd seen. Lila and I had been together for 3 years, our lives braided together, shared coffee mugs, late-night talks, her laughter filling the spaces I didn't know were empty. But there'd been signs, hadn't there? Her phone buzzing at odd hours, her excuses about work drinks stretching later each week, the way her eyes darted away when I asked about her day. I'd brushed them off, chalking it up to my own paranoia. Because love makes you blind, or maybe just stupid. I sat at the kitchen table, the photo glaring up from my phone. Her silhouette, unmistakable, tangled with a stranger. My chest ached, a dull thud of betrayal that spread like poison. I wanted to call her, to demand answers, but my fingers moved on their own, opening a text to her parents. I attached the photo and typed, "Thought you should see what your daughter's been up to." I hit send before I could second-guess it, a surge of vindictive satisfaction mingling with the nausea. It wasn't just about hurting her, it was about shattering the illusion she'd built, the one I'd bought into. Sleep didn't come that night. I lay in bed, staring at the ceiling, replaying every moment of our relationship. The way she'd curl into me on the couch, her breath warm against my neck. The promises we'd made to move to the coast someday, to build a life. Was it all a lie? Or had I missed something? Some crack in her that I'd failed to notice? Guilt gnawed at me. Maybe I hadn't been enough, hadn't loved her right. But then anger flared, hot and sharp, because she'd chosen this. She'd chosen him. The next morning, my phone buzzed with a voicemail from Lila. Her voice was a jagged mix of panic and rage. "What the hell did you do, Mark? You sent that to my parents? You're sick. You're going to regret this." The message cut off, but the venom in her tone lingered, a warning I couldn't shake. I checked the locks on the door, my pulse quickening. I told myself I was being paranoid, but I grabbed my old security camera from the closet and set it up in the living room, its lens trained on the front door, just in case. By noon, the air outside was thick with the threat of a storm. I was washing dishes, trying to drown out the noise in my head, when I heard tires screech in the driveway. The front door rattled, followed by a scream that sliced through the quiet. "Mark, get out here, you coward." It was Lila, her voice raw, unhinged. I peered through the window and saw her standing by my car, a baseball bat gripped in her hands. Her hair was wild, her eyes red-rimmed, and for a moment, I didn't recognize her. This wasn't the woman I'd loved. The first swing cracked against my windshield, glass splintering like my trust. She screamed again, words incoherent, as she brought the bat down on the hood. Each hit was a punctuation mark to her fury, and I stood frozen, my heart pounding in my throat. I should have called the cops right then, but part of me wanted to understand. Why was she this angry? Was it shame? Guilt? Or just the wreckage of being caught? The camera was rolling, capturing every swing, every curse. I forced myself to move, grabbing my phone and dialing 911. My voice shook as I gave the operator my address. My eyes locked on Lila as she smashed the side mirror. "She's destroying my car," I said, the words feeling surreal, like they belonged to someone else's life. Outside, Lila's rage seemed to falter, her swings slowing, her shoulders heaving. She dropped the bat, her hands covering her face, and for a fleeting moment, I wanted to run to her, to hold her, to fix whatever had broken between us. The police arrived in minutes, their lights painting the room in strobes of red and blue. Lila didn't resist when they approached her, but her eyes found mine through the window, and the look she gave me wasn't anger, it was desperation. "Mark, please," she said, her voice cracking as the cuffs clicked around her wrists. "I didn't mean for it to happen. It was a mistake. I love you." Her words hit like a punch, each one a contradiction to the photo still burning in my mind. I didn't respond, couldn't find the words to bridge the chasm between us. As the cops led her to the squad car, she kept talking, her voice rising. He meant nothing, Mark. It was one night. I was drunk. I was stupid. Please don't let them take me. Her pleas grew softer, more frantic, until the car door shut, muffling her voice. I stood there, watching the taillights disappear. The bat lying abandoned on the gravel. The camera was still recording, its red light a silent witness to the wreckage of our love. Back inside, I played the footage, Lila's screams echoing in the quiet. I felt no triumph, only a hollow ache. I'd wanted her to hurt, to feel the weight of her betrayal, but now that she was gone, I was the one left bleeding. I thought of her parents, probably staring at that photo, their disappointment a mirror to my own. I thought of the man in the alley, his face still a shadow in my mind. Who was he? Did he know about me? Did he care? I sank onto the couch, my phone heavy in my hand. A notification popped up, a text from Lila's mom. We're so sorry, Mark. We didn't know. Please call us when you're ready. The kindness in her words stung more than Lila's bat ever could. I'd wanted to expose her, to make her face the consequences, but now I wondered if I'd gone too far. The photo, the text, the camera, they were all weapons I'd wielded, and now I was alone with the fallout. The rain started then, a soft patter against the windows, washing away the remnants of the day. I opened my phone and stared at the photo again. Lila's face, caught in that fleeting moment of betrayal, was softer than I remembered, her expression almost tender. Had I misread it? Was there more to the story I hadn't let her tell? Doubt crept in, cold and insidious, but it was too late. The damage was done. Her car, my trust, our future, all shattered in the span of a night. I deleted the photo, but the image lingered, etched into my memory. The truth was, I hadn't just caught her cheating. I'd caught myself believing in a version of us that didn't exist. And as the rain fell harder, I realized the real betrayal wasn't just hers. It was mine, for thinking love could ever be that simple.